Good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. What about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. So my name is Divyam. Welcome to the session.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, I think I should be introducing to myself.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so as you know, my name is Nootan and I'm from Mathura. And I've just started working as a teacher. It has been 3 months. And I have a YouTube channel by the name of English with Nootan Deep. And I'm blessed with two kids. So, this is all about me. Thank you.
Nice, lovely. So I'm curious, what do you teach? What sort of teacher are you? Like, what subject do you teach?
It's all about the spoken English. Like, I make videos and I had been doing this. And in school, I teach English, but it's not kind of English subject. It's a echoes. The subject name is echoes, and that is all about speaking, listening, communication. And I have the student understand about listening and speaking, and help them understand to about the all the things with the help of digiboard. So this I do at school premises,
What grade is this?
6 to 8.
6 to 8. Wow, interesting. A lot of kids. I mean, I'm sure they're a very hyper, I would say, energetic bunch. I mean, it must be very
Mhm.
difficult to keep them under control, right? In a class. What do you want to talk about today?
Anything, anything. And if you have any queries for me, and if you go on any like topic, anything, we can talk about if you like, if you allow. So we can talk about as we know in today's scenario, we are totally always in a haste. Like we do the things instantly and we want the result instantly. So we are
Mhm.
becoming really impatient. So we can talk about this, but I would like to know from your side it is okay or not. If it is okay, then please.
I think it definitely depends on what industry or what conversation you're having. It is very circumstantial, right?
Yeah.
But thinking about haste is you cannot just put an emotion on haste as a word because sometimes haste is good, sometimes haste is bad, right? I'll give you an example. India was one of the only countries to be able to create a vaccine for COVID-19 so quickly, right? There's been a movie on that as well. I don't remember the name of the movie, but I think they were able to develop that really quickly, and that is because they would.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you once.
Okay. Should I continue?
Sorry for the interruption. Yeah. Yes, yes,
No
please.
problem. I'll just start over. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, haste is not a word that can be associated with a particular emotion because in different situations it can mean different things, right? So, haste, I'll give you a good example. During COVID-19, the pandemic, right? India was one of the countries that created the vaccines at an alarming rate. They were able to develop it really quickly because they really needed to make sure they could administer it to the general population and save lives, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
cannot say that that case was bad, although some scientists do say that because there was not a proper testing period, we don't know what the long-term consequences are, right?
Yeah,
And I
true.
think people look at haste as a bad thing now, especially the older population, like the older generation,
Elderly
because
people.
now, exactly, elderly people, yes, because now with technology, with all the softwares and all of the services that are available in the world, it has become a luxury that only certain number of people can afford, right? Like, let's say I want food because I haven't had anything since morning. I can have food at my doorstep in about 10 minutes because of Zomato, Swiggy, all of these apps, right? But
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, it was considered that, okay, if you are getting food from outside, it will not be healthy because it is so cheap or because they're delivering it so quickly, it's not fresh, right? So it was considered a bad thing. But again, I cannot say for the quality of the food, right? But
Yeah, right.
like I was saying, it cannot be good or bad. It depends on the situation, whether haste is something you can sort of define as a good or bad thing. I hope you
Yeah,
agree with me in some sense.
you explained really rightly, and I totally concur with this. And there are so many cases and scenarios we can talk about. And what I do, I also do the same thing. Like when it comes to make the videos and having the conversation with the people, so I do this. Meaning on the spot, I just take any topic, and it's always impromptu. And why I do so, so that I can just turn my mind to think, and I can pressurize my mind to think over and then say something, so that I can retain this continuity to speak. Because at the end of the day, we have to connect with the people, whether like this way or whether in person. So there we need to be always prepared to speak something.
Mhm.
That time we cannot be really perplexed, and we are bound to speak that moment. And sometimes there are some like environment ambience, and there we are supposed to speak in English. So this I do, meaning this I do. And you explained really rightly. I also take haste in two of the terms, and so many times in my opinion it's not really good, because nowadays it's really happening, like it's really prevalent, in fast paced society, and all the people, they are just running behind, grabbing the money, earning the money, and so that they can lead a very luxurious life. So they do so, but somewhere for their emotional health, for their mind, it's not really good enough, and they are becoming impatient, you know so somewhere it causing to some health issues as well. If you are becoming this much impatient and again you are doing this, that's the kind of reiteration going on. So that's not really good for your health. Even in the relationships, I can say, you want somebody to be changed totally, as you're not liking that particular personality trait. Okay, and you're
Mhm.
not liking, you want that there should be a change in, let's say, my spouse, anyone, my son, my daughter. So we are like in a haste always, that we want them to be somebody like totally different. Okay, we want them to be totally changed, and this can't be happen overnight. For that we need to put in some efforts as well. Meaning, I want my son, or I want anyone to be really polite, and I am not. And I want them that it is going to happen in just a jiffy, in just a moment. So can't be possible. For this I need to do something, meaning I need to make efforts for that. And here I'm contemplating, I'm becoming really impatient, that why they are not changing, their behavior is not changing, and they are kind of aggressive, or there is a conflict. So that's not really
Right.
good for the health, specifically for our emotional health. And there is, a kind of turbulence starts fostering. So for this, in this way, I take, this particular word haste, and we can take this word in any form, any scenario, so that we should be speaking actually. So that,
Definitely.
you can say, my funda is whatever comes up in my mind when I hear something. And when somebody is throwing a particular subject or the topic or scenario, anything, so there what comes up in my mind, this I do. Like at the same time, on the spot, I have to speak, but before and that I have to take a few moment to ponder over. So this I do. But it's really nice to be patient enough. If you want any result, you have set a goal for yourself, you want that result, but somewhere you are really impatient, you are in a haste, you want that result in just 1 month, and it is taking so long, and there you are becoming really hopeless, disappointed. A lot of things are happening inside you, in your mind. So that's not really good for you. So this I think, so somewhere it's not really good, because yes, here and there, everywhere, we are encompassed with the hustle bustle. It's not about materialistic life we are leading, it's about internally things are happening. It's sometimes it's totally hustle bustle inside. So that we really need to work on. So this I think.
Definitely. I think you are right because at a certain age, people prioritize having a successful career or making a certain amount of money so they can be comfortable in life or provide for their family. Whatever the reason is, I'm not questioning that. My point is, you also need to balance your mental health, your physical health, because at the end of the day, you can have a lot of money, but if something is wrong with your health, you cannot really enjoy that. And your family will be
Yeah.
safe, your family will be comfortable, definitely, but they would rather have a little less money and have you around, like to hang out with, to spend time with, to create memories with. I think that is
Yeah.
what I personally feel. Obviously, this is not something that everyone will agree with, but I think that is there. So, in terms of
So,
work-life
yeah.
balance,
Hmm.
now that I mentioned it, that you're talking about taste, I have a question for you. Have you ever worked in a corporate environment,
Meaning, let's say, I would like to
like
know
a
from your
corporate
side.
company, like
No, no,
something?
no. Never, ever.
No? Okay, good. So, I have at a very low level, at an internship level. But I personally feel like when it comes to corporate companies or just companies, even startups nowadays are doing this, right? They pressurize their
Mm-hmm.
employees to work extra hours, to work overtime, to make
Yeah,
things
right.
happen so that they can get the result, right? Like, so let's say there's a project. So the boss will say, Devam, please complete this project by tonight because we will present it tomorrow. And then the company will make a revenue on that. They make some money on that, right? But the
Mm-hmm.
employee has lost the work-life balance of, spending time with their family, sleeping on time, eating on time, maybe because of the pressure, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have been doing this research personally for myself. Europe has a very open-minded, I think they're more understanding of work-life balance and health, right? Again, I'm not sure if you're aware of this. In France, in Germany, there are very strict laws that if you work for more than a certain number of hours, the
Mm-hmm.
company has to, okay, let's say you're supposed to work 40 hours a week, okay, which is
Yeah.
5 hours a day. So let's say you're doing 8 hours of work a day. Just assume today there's a project that I have to finish, so I'm working for 9 hours. So the company will literally write a note to me saying, you're working for an extra hour, we will pay you extra for that. But on,
Okay.
for example, Friday, you will only work 7 hours. Then
Okay.
Friday, you cannot be there for 8 hours. So I think that is really
Mm-hmm.
cool because they prioritize the fact that work is a part of your life, work is not life, right?
Yeah, right.
So it is really
Agree.
important to go home, spend time with your family, do something for yourself and exercise, go for a jog, go to the gym, explore certain events, music festivals, food festivals,
Yeah, right.
public holidays. I think that's really important. But the more I do research on this, the more I'm realizing that in India, a lot of things happen where even my friends keep telling me, "Arey, aaj chutti
Mm-hmm.
nahi mili office se," even though there is some big bank
Yeah.
holiday, because there's a project. Whereas when I look at a couple of people that I've seen on YouTube at least, that they work
Mm-hmm.
in Europe, they keep saying that, I need to finish this project, but now for the next 3 days we have a bank holiday. So now I have to sort of talk to the client and let them know that there is a delay for 4 days, And I think
Mm-hmm.
in general, the whole industry over there is very understanding. I'm not saying everybody does that. Obviously, there will
There's a
be
kind
some
of
people who
flexibility, no?
definitely, yeah. And the best part is everybody's understanding. They're all on the same page. Here
Mm-hmm.
you can be in a company and the manager will say, "Arey, you know what? You're not feeling well. Go home, get some rest. Go visit a doctor." But then the manager's boss will say, "Why did you send him home? He had to finish the work. Call him back."
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Whereas over there, the client, the manager, the boss, the employees, everybody, they respect, you know, the decisions that are made and the time that people spend working. And they
Mm-hmm.
will understand. If you call the client and say, "Hey, this has come up, something has come up, there is some trouble at the office, and I cannot, give you the presentation on a deadline." Right? So they'll say, "You know
Yeah,
what,
right.
it's completely okay," and they'll move on. So I think when it comes to haste now, we were talking about haste, that's why I brought this
Yeah.
whole topic up. That
Mm-hmm.
because people are chasing money, people are chasing success, people are chasing growth in their career, uh, we are sort of destroying our mental health, our physical health. Whereas in Europe, they've had experiences of this for a very long time. So they've realized that in the long term, haste in this situation is a very bad thing. Right?
Yes, exactly. Not good for your health. And I think emotional
Definitely.
health is the main thing. It's the core thing, I can say. So many times we just avoid.
Definitely. I think job satisfaction in India is very bad. Nobody likes their office. Nobody likes their manager. Nobody likes their work.
Because we slog for 8 to 10 hours. This is why on a stretch we have to work. And if there
And
is
I
a
think
respite, if there is a break, so it's a like small span of just time. That's it.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you have
I
any
think
queries for me and anything?
no. I just wanted to know how long have you been, teaching on YouTube?
I stopped actually. Earlier I taught online, and it was an adult, not a like student, meaning not a kid. So I just gained the experience over there, and like I was doing it by my own, like everything I had been doing it by my own, and then I stopped everything due to some health issues. And talking about my this, you can say this is my totally new journey. And I embarked this journey 3 months ago. There I got this job out of the blue, you can say, as we just met, and I came to know that he was the main person who is managing all the things in that particular school premises. But that school was totally Hindi medium where I was working earlier. So I think for 3 months I worked over there, and then I stopped. I didn't go again over there, and then I contemplated, and then I went to my kids' school. All of a sudden I just went over there, and it was like my best decision which I took, sorry. And then I appeared for the interview, and you can say I just nailed that. The conversation was around 25 to 30 minutes, were totally in English. I was like totally confident over there, and they selected me, and the school is totally affluent, and I'm learning so many things over there. So I can say just because of my English and my confidence level, I got this job. I achieved this job. And there was a time I used to be really meek and submissive, really, frightful every time, and yeah, really shyful. And I had a big fear to deal with male, but now I can speak with them. I feel really comfortable and confident. Yeah.
I'm glad you could work on yourself and make yourself, capable enough to handle these social
Yeah.
interactions and conversations. As I like
I
that.
think it's really important nowadays. We must know because this is a skill. It's not a language now. Speaking in English, so it's a skill. So we need to learn this according to this scenario. As this scenario has been totally changed, and if we need to just go along with the people, so then we need to be learning this, so that we can do
Yeah.
something great. It's not about only the orthodox method that we have been learning, meaning the syllabus and everything, when we were the student, and the students they are learning. But the thing is, it's really important to learn this, just ace this language, not just this language, I would say, how to communicate as well, because communication, in my opinion, it's a different thing. Communication skill, that's a different facet. And speaking in English, that's totally different, because it's not really important that you speak in English, but you have that trait how to communicate with the people effectively. So to me it's little different, a bit different.
Yes, I would say they are related, but they are not the same skill set. You're right. So being able to, okay, so a lot of people, when I used to take sessions regularly, they used to come to me and say that, I want to learn the American accent or I want to speak in a British accent, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
again, I used to keep telling them that it's completely acceptable, it's completely okay that you want to do the accent, but I think you should
Mm-hmm.
focus on the English first, the grammar, how you
Yeah,
will,
right.
create your sentences, what information you want to convey when you are in the conversation. I think that is the most important. So I used to tell them that what you say, how you say, is the engine of a car. Okay,
Yeah, right.
and the accent is like the paint and the tires. You're focusing on the paint and the tires, but the real thing is that you need to drive the car. You need to go somewhere,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So that is the most important. So focus on that. Once you feel comfortable with that, then you can move on to accents. Then you can move on to, you know, certain skill sets that are very niche, I would say.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah, definitely. I totally concur with this. And some people, they just want the fluency in their initial stage when they are totally at their beginning, level, and it's their nascent stage, even though they're like, we want to become really fluent in this language. But to me, it's not about becoming really fluent or speaking in a fast way. It's about how clearly we are speaking. Should be really accurate the words we are pronouncing, and there should be intonation. Everything should be aligning. So first you need to learn this, then think about fluency and speaking really fast. Because if you are speaking really fast and people are not getting you in the same context, so it's totally futile. It's of no use. So to me, it's
Yeah,
okay if you're speaking really slow, but speak clearly and pronounce the words accurately. There should be a precision over there. But sometimes people are like, we want to become really fluent in that anyhow, at any
yeah.
cost. This they think that's
It
their
can
narratives.
this can be really overwhelming, because when people who are just learning how to speak English, like at least on a beginner level, when they speak really fast, and let's say they are at work and they're talking to their manager or their boss, like they're the owner of the company. If you speak really quickly, you are more likely to make a mistake, right? Not to
Yeah, true.
mention that if your boss is a fluent communicator, he is very comfortable with the language. You speaking really quickly and making those mistakes will negatively impact your profile or your view in the company. They'll think, अरे ये इतना जल्दी जल्दी बात कर रहा है, इतनी गलतियां कर रहा है, इसको क्लाइंट के सामने मत डालना, या don't let him present
Yeah,
in
right.
front of people, right? So I understand that there are so many things we need to consider, and beginners can get really scared that यार कितनी चीजें याद रखूंगा, कितनी चीजें सीखनी पड़ेगी मुझे. But I would just say
Yeah.
that to everybody, that take your time, have people around you that are comfortable guiding you. Obviously, you have creators like Nootan ma'am who can help you understand what exercises are more effective that will help you get to your goals more quickly. Okay. Obviously, Clapingo is an option. And obviously, if you don't want to do any of these, then you can just go talk to your friends, talk to your family
Yeah,
members, read
right.
books, watch content. I used to watch a lot of content, movies, shows, you know, so whatever works for you, whatever helps you understand the language, um, just enjoy the journey of learning. That is the most important
Yeah,
thing. It's
that's
not a task.
that's
It's a
really true.
journey. Yeah. So just
I
enjoy it. That's
I
all I have.
cannot negate, I cannot contradict whatever you just said, that people, they just want to grab that fluency anyhow. But initially they have to work on some important things. Let's say the grammar rules. Let's say speaking slowly, it's okay, but try to speak clearly. Take your time.
Yeah.
Take some pauses. It's okay if you are taking pauses. Some people think that we are taking pauses. This means we are just going blank and we are getting stuck. These kind of mentalities they have. To me, just as you just rightly said, I totally concur with this. Totally believe in this. Just enjoy the process. 4 years ago, when I didn't have this much confidence level to speak with the people, I had only one thing in my mind, that was the satisfaction that I am doing something. I'm not sitting idle, and I enjoyed that process. And it has been 4 years, around 4 years, you can say, and I have been like making videos. I had been like, just putting such kind of stuff on YouTube. So this I'm doing, but I can say I'm totally contented with the things, and literally I'm enjoying. I'm thoroughly enjoying. I'm not getting the result in the form of like views and all, but I don't have a big concern about that. I'm like, I'm really grateful, whatever I'm getting and whatever I'm doing. Totally satisfied.
So you are chasing excellence, not results.
Yeah, true.
I hope I was able to help you with that tagline. You can use that. Chasing excellence, not results.
Yeah,
Right?
okay. Mhm.
Lovely. Okay.
Any other
One last
queries?
question. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we have about 2 or 3 minutes. So one last question. You are teaching at your kids' school, like you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
And you're a mother of two kids, and I'm sure you're a housewife as well, right?
Yeah.
So please tell me, how are you managing all of this and a YouTube channel? How are you doing this?
See, if I tell you, I would start from the very beginning point, that is making my videos that I had been doing, but for 1 year I stopped everything, meaning 2 years ago. So just because it's my passion, I have a zeal towards this language, a kind of ignition, you can say. So this is how I just I have been, managing this to make videos, to talk with the people. And when I talk with the people, so I really enjoy. I'm like, I'm learning something, and I'm thinking. So there's a different thing I'm learning to think, think in English. That's a big point of view, according to me. So that's the different scenario. And talking about juggling with all the stuff, so it's really effortless for me. I just can't take load, baggage, nothing. If there is something which is not in my way and it's like little adverse, so there I just bless that moment, bless the situation. You might find it funny, but it is. I do so. I just bless that situation. If the situation is totally adverse, the people are totally, they have the aversion towards me, they have a kind of hatred, even though I just bless them. I would not say that I do the meditation, but I can make a connection with the Almighty, with the Supreme Power, and with the help of Him, with the support of Him. I am doing a lot of things in my life. I'm thoroughly enjoying.
And I'm glad you're enjoying your journey. And I hope that all of your, subscribers, your community members, they are learning as much as they can from you because you're doing a great job. I admire it.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Good
Thank you
luck
so
with your
much.
YouTube channel. Hopefully, you will get all the likes and comments and love that you deserve. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words, nice words. Thank you. And it was
No, no,
really
I mean, everybody
amazing
should get what they
connecting with
deserve.
you. Yeah.
Definitely. Likewise. I hope to see you soon. Good luck
Yeah.
and obviously have a great day. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Bye bye. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you.